Here's what you'll learn in the next 30 minutes. What is a signature presentation? What do I need to do at my signature presentation that will get people to sign up for my coaching and paid programs? What all trainers need to know about the 4 NLP learning styles and 4 strategies certified facilitators use during their signature presentations. Hey, I am glad you're here. Hello, everybody. It's Michael Loge. I'm the author of the best-selling book, Law of Attraction, and my other best-selling book, Law of Connection, which is an NLP-based book, which is really why some of you might be here today. I also have certified 440 Law of Attraction facilitators in 16 countries. And in order to facilitate a really, really awesome presentation, we want to make sure that we have the best skills possible. I promise you that's what I'm going to deliver here very, very shortly to you. So welcome back. Again, my name is Michael Loge. I'm glad that you joined us. Some of you might know me from my book, Law of Attraction. Some of you may have taken my certified facilitator training program. Maybe know me from my Hangout with Michael show every Friday. I don't know, maybe you heard me being interviewed by Oprah Winfrey 4 times. That might be it too. I'm just going to do a quick shout out and welcome my friends. I see we have Janet Bianic joining us, Jason Heron from Colombia, Jody from St. Augustine, Florida, Kevin Hoon from Markham, Ontario. Who else we got here? Oh, we got a lot of people listening. Artie Jones from San Francisco, welcome and join me. And you know, I have the reputation of being the how-to trainer for teaching Law of Attraction. In a quick second, I'm going to be introducing what we're going to be covering today. But first, I want to let you know about my style. And if you haven't figured it out already, I talk fast, I process information fast, but I promise you, you're going to learn it. And I'm going to tell you why I can make that promise. Secondly, I'm going to spend 30 minutes giving you the best of from my book, Law of Connection. So by the time you leave this training call, you'll understand what the 4 styles are, how to detect what the 4 styles are. And if you're a coach, a trainer, a boyfriend, girlfriend, mother, or anybody that's communicating with anybody, you'll understand more about the 4 styles and what you need to say to get the best response from them. Again, this is a mini N.L.P training program. It is taken from my 20-hour certification training program. So you can imagine how important this material is. You know, I'm teaching it deliberately as I'm teaching the certified facilitators. It's important. You know, whenever I go to a presentation, I always judge by how much I can retain. And how much you retain is really depending on the learning style of you and the teaching style of the trainer. So even before I get started tonight, we're going to do a quick little survey because frankly, I'm not sure why some of you showed up tonight. So I'd kind of like to find that out a little bit. So we're going to do a little survey here, and I want you to get your pen and paper ready. I want you to read these and tell me, well, frankly, why you came to tonight's call. Now let's take a look at the first one. It says, well, which one of these people are you? And my question was, you know, are you stimulated? Are you excited about the idea of teaching Law of Attraction to other people? Hey, by the way, I'm sending positive vibrations today. I just noticed that you could see that. So I'm sending positive vibrations to you. And who are you? You know, type in the comments the reason why you came here today. Let's read the list. Well, that's me. You know, in other words, I'm stimulated with Law of Attraction. I want to teach it, but I don't know where to get started. In the comment, if you're number 1, tell me you're number 1. Number 2, I want to know if there's a market to teach this. Well, we're going to answer that question too. Well, what could I teach? You know, how can I make it my own? Well, we have some facilitators watching that have made it their own, and they've done a good job making it their own. Number 4, what systems do I use to have regular groups, hangouts, monthly, weekly, daily groups of Law of Attraction? Is there a system that I can use to do that? Next one, how can I make money teaching Law of Attraction? I'm going to answer that like in 12 minutes, so hang in there. Number 2, I'm not a speaker or I'm not a trainer. I'm not sure if I can do it. Well, I promise you you can do it because I'm the how-to guy for teaching you how to do that. Number 7, I'm already a speaker and I want to become a trainer. You're thinking, Wow, want to become a trainer. Hey, get real close and listen. Trainers make more money. Type in number 7 if that might be you. Number 8, well, I'm just curious to hear what Michael has to say. Well, Kevin, you're here for a lot of reasons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. And number 9, well, I'm here for the N.L.P training. Well, welcome, because I'm going to give it to you. You're thinking, how can I possibly do it in 30 minutes? How can I deliver all this content in 30 minutes? Well, there's a few keys. The first key is I'm going to be using accelerated learning techniques. You're thinking, well, what are accelerated learning techniques? Well, these are techniques that help you accelerate your learning. I got 30 minutes, whether I'm doing a book signing, a presentation, a seminar, I'm somewhere giving a free presentation. I only have 30 minutes. I got to make sure they get it. Hey, you know what? We are not motivational speakers. We are trainers. And in order to be a trainer, we have to train. So number 1, I'm going to use accelerated learning techniques in the next 30 minutes. And I can almost guarantee that you're going to remember 100% of everything I said. Hey, I say that whether it's an 8-hour seminar or a 30-minute presentation like today. How do I know that? Because I understand about the 4 learning styles, which is why some of you are here today. What do you need to know about the 4 learning styles? So, good. So my hunch is you found yourself in one of these questions. Is that true? Thinking, yeah. And let's just take Janet Bianic, says she's number 8 and 9. So she's curious to hear what I have to say. She's my friend. She likes to see what's going on. Susie Cheel, my friend from Australia. She wants to hear what I have to say. She's for the N.L.P training. And Lucinda said the same thing. Simone from Atlanta, 8 and 9. Good. We have some loyal watchers. Good stuff. Who else? Debbie Talbot is saying hello. Michelle Anderson from Austin. Good. We are going to get started in just a second. Okay. So today I'm going to explain what you need to be doing if you're giving a free presentation. What a great way to build a business. You know, I know some of you have taken coach training before, and maybe you started your coaching business and you think, well, how do I get clients and customers? I promise teaching people really helpful information in a free presentation is the way to go. But there's some really important keys that you need to know, and I'm going to tell you what they are today. And again, this information is so important that I teach it in my certification training program because we need to know about that. So, well, let's get started. You know, some of you that have been reading my book, Law of Attraction, might have noticed that it had a flow to it. As a matter of fact, some of you liked it. You know why? It's a system. Say yes if you love a system. Let me know in the chat if you love a system. You know why we love a system? Because we can do it over and over and over again. We can use the system in 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks. We can use it on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays. So for those of you that read my book, you'll notice how, you know, I started off talking about a vibe, and then I stuck in the word vibration and debit, you know, and then we talked about negative ones and positive ones, and then eventually went to see how I did that? Well, I was teaching Law of Attraction for many, many years before I left my government job. Matter of fact, I was working for the government 4 days a week. Fridays was my work day. I know some of you are listening have a job. Hey, let me know if you have a job. Put it in there. I have a job. I know what that's like. I did it. Fridays was my Law of Attraction day. And on Fridays, I delivered a signature presentation. And I went to coffee shops and networking meetings and car sales meetings and insurance sales, anywhere that I could give a presentation, I would go do that. And I built the signature presentation where I gave really good information away, and I'm going to tell you what all that is today. And then more importantly, I would gain clients from that. And I eventually left my 4-day government job completely. So I went from working 1 day a week, well, actually Friday, Saturday, and Sunday on my delightful Law of Attraction career, and I transitioned. So if you have a job now, know that you can work on a transition plan and actually learn how to teach what you love and know with Law of Attraction. Good. So we're going to quickly look at our worksheets, and we're going to talk about, it says, well, you know, here's what the worksheets are. Ideally, you have them written, downloaded. If not, you'll be able to follow along just fine. First question, what's a signature presentation? Well, you know how some restaurants have a signature dessert or a signature steak, or it means they're special. And what else do we know about signature stuff? You better be good at it, right? If you're going to brag about having a signature dessert, you better be good at it. Or if it's a signature hotel, it better be a nice signature hotel. We certified law of attraction facilitators, we have a signature presentation. It's one we do over and over and over and over, and it's rich, full, and delicious. We give lots of good information, and it could be some people might say, hey, I need someone to give a free presentation for 15 minutes. We can do that. We can do 15 minutes, 10 minutes. We take the same information and stretch it and shrink it. It's beautiful. I know some of you are my speaker friends out there, and somebody wants you to do a talk. You're scrambling, trying to pull something together. Guess what? What if you had a system? What if you had a signature presentation? That's what a signature presentation is. You know, one time I went to Malaysia, I spoke 26 times in 30 days. And on the way to the presentation, my team, I would ask them, who's the audience and what's their problem? That's all I had to ask. And then I would take my signature presentation and I would apply it, and then everybody in the audience thought I was in that industry forever. Say yes if you love a signature presentation. Well, my friend Ralph Swooney from Marrero, he has a job. I know Debbie Talbert has a job. Claudette's joining us, yeah. And yeah, so we got some people here. Thank you for joining us. And reminder, we are about to enter into the N.L.P training portion. But first, why I'm teaching you this, if you look at the handout, here's the model that I teach, and it's how I built my business. It's how I went from 1 day off a week to my government job to no days off a week. So you can follow this model, or you can do it on your own. Here it is. You see how I have signature presentation number 1, 2, 3, 4. In other words, on Fridays, I would do as many as I can, and then maybe on Saturdays, sometimes Thursday nights. It could be in front of 10 people, 5 people, 8 people. The goal was to practice and practice. And every time I did a signature presentation, I would offer them to come to my paid seminar. Now remember, I'm working for the government, and I'm doing a 1 day a month paid seminar. It was $99. And the first time I had I think 10 or 20 people coming. I was excited. It's like, wow, I just made $2,000. And after maybe 9 months, I was getting 100 people at a seminar. And I'm thinking, I was still working for the government. So you understand transition. So how do you do that? You need to get out and do introduction, introduction, introduction. So say yes in your head or out loud. You know that you need to nail it. You need to go in and give the presentation. Everybody remembers everything you said. Everybody's participating fully. And most importantly, everybody remembers you forever. Somebody write that in the chat room. I want everybody to remember me forever. Boy. Wouldn't that be nice if people came to your free presentation and remember you forever, and also remember that you have an upcoming seminar and you do other products and services? We are on page 1. So as a facilitator myself and as a training facilitators, here's the goal. Full engagement. Well, full engagement means different things to different people, but I want them to engage. I'm going to teach you how to do that shortly. Next, full participation. Okay, what does that mean? I want everyone to participate fully. I know that some of you are doing grocery lists and tweeting and checking emails, or your neighbor is. You know what? I promise you it never happens at my training, ever. And that's spelled EVAH, ever, okay? And instant applicable content. When you come to an introductory law of attraction presentation, you will leave with life-changing tools. And look at the last one, student loyalty. I know y'all want that. Underneath there, what is NLP? I'm not going to define NLP. I'm going to give you the words. Neuro being the brain, linguistics being the words, which is everything we're talking about today, and programming, which means installing and giving new ideas. Sometimes I would say it's like the study of human behavior. Today, I'm going to be doing the NLP, the section on the 4 learning and communication styles. You're thinking 4? I did not know there was 4. Well, you know what? That is the challenge. Most people didn't know there was 4. You know, the one you're probably ticking off is the one you don't know about. Okay, on the right-hand side, we're going to do a quick little checklist. Remember, if you're going to build your business doing free introductory presentations, you've got to do a good job. So, on the right-hand side, my certified facilitator training does this, and I'm going to give you this today. We teach the NLP. We talk about the 4 learning styles. I'm going to give that mini training today. The next is that I use accelerated learning techniques. I'm using them here. I'm showing you slides. I'm going to get you to write stuff down. I'm going to get it repeat after me. I'm getting accelerated learning techniques are techniques that help you learn at an accelerated manner. If I printed off all the answers and gave it to you, that's not a way to learn. So I'm demonstrating tonight the use of accelerated learning techniques. I'm demonstrating tonight the use and attention to the 4 NLP communication styles. I'm going to be teaching you a system that, and that's what people want. You want a system. If you're just lecturing and giving a talk, it's hard to build a system around a talk. Say yes if it's hard to build a system around a talk. What if you had a system around a subject? Scalable revenue model, okay? We cover that. How to market, and of course you join a facilitated community and you get to join me one-on-one. Now, let's start our NLP training, everybody. First thing that I want to introduce to you is the 4 NLP learning and communication styles. Go to your worksheet. We are on the top of page 2, and you look at my chart here. There's 4 styles. Most of you have heard of the visual style. That might not be new to you. Most of you have heard of the auditory style. You might be auditory yourself. Some of you know about the kinesthetic style. Matter of fact, a lot of people just teach the VAK, these 3 styles. But meanwhile, there's this one, and it might be you. Or it might be the person that you're ticking off or annoying. Or it might be the person that is not participating in your seminar, but they're our friend too. They're the digital person. These are the thinkers. These are the thinkers. These are the feelers. These are the listeners, and these are the seers. And my hunch is this might be the first time you heard about the thinkers. And if that's making sense to you, that might be your style. Guess what? That might be your style. Okay, so, as a trainer, even in tonight's webinar, whether I'm doing a book signing, I'm doing a teleclass, or I'm doing a radio interview, I want to make sure that I'm capturing all 4 of the styles. So tonight, I'm going to tell you how to do that. I'm going to tell you what some of the common characteristics of these styles. I'd like you to take out your worksheets, please. Okay, on your worksheet, under common characteristics. Now, the visual people, they're highly distracted. So I'm visual, so I like to sit in the front row of the seminar. We're highly distracted. Now, the auditory people, one of their common characteristics is they're the ideas people. And because they have ideas, they're great brainstormers, and they're great brainstormers. So you can utilize them best. If you say, "Hey, can we brainstorm some ideas?" and they get to talk about it, you'll nail it. They get to talk, they get to brainstorm, and they get to ideas. New best friends forever. That's their characteristic. This is going to make sense a little later on. Now, the kinesthetic, I call them the touchy-feelies. We love them. Well, they like to do stuff together. Oh, can we do that together? So I want you to remember that as well. And our last style that might be new to you, our digital style, these are our friends that are the thinkers, okay? They like structure and order and sequence and steps, and they like everything to make sense. Yeah, and my hunch is you're nodding your head if you know you're digital. You like sequence, order, it needs to make sense. You need time to process, you need time to think. These are the 4 characteristics. Now, honestly, get really close. I could summarize this book in the next 3 or 4 minutes. Back to your worksheet, I'm going to give you commonly used words that each of these groups use. I'm going to give you 3, and then I'm going to show you some more. So, our visual friend, remember, visual means it's all about looking and all about the eyes. I'm not surprised. Here's the 3 commonly used words. Look, see, big picture. Okay, we're going to get back to that in a minute, why you need to know that. Auditory people, here's their favorite words. Remember, it's the ears and the mouth. Their favorite words are hear, sounds like, resonate, because resonate is a resonance, it's a sound. Matter of fact, if, some people would ask an auditory person how they feel, they have a challenge that. Ask them how they resonate. They'll answer the question while you're still asking it, Janet Bianic. I know you're listening. Resonate. Kinesthetic friends, here's their words. Write these down. Feel, touch, comfortable. And our digital, important new information for some of you. Think, make sense, and thought. So think, make sense, and thought. And you could hear how those words are kind of in the brain. Think, make sense, and thought. So We're going to take a quick picture. Again, right now, if you're a student and you're visual, you might like that you can see the picture of the eye and the ear. Visual people like the list of the words. Auditory people, you know, they like seeing the list of words too. Digital likes the 4 boxes, the 4 sequences. The kinesthetic people might like the 4 colors. And some of you might not even be listening, watching right now. You might just be listening on the telephone, or you might be listening to a recording. Now, I've added some more words: imagine, clear. They have a lot to do with the visual style. So now, on your worksheet, we're going to go to the next part of the worksheet. Now, these are the 4 N.L.P strategies. Now, I want to know, right now we're talking as if you're a coach or a facilitator. You might be a mom with kids, or you might be a teacher with different students, or, you know, so I want you to think about how you can apply this information. So, number 1. N.L.P strategy number 1, if you want to be a really awesome trainer and you want to get the attention of all the students, well, then use worksheets. It's like, really? Yeah, use worksheets. So let's talk about the use of the worksheet. You know, how does it satisfy the styles? Okay, we're back to the worksheet. The visual people, under the visual column, well, the visual people love the worksheets. Remember I said they're highly distracted up above? That's why we love them. It helps me pay attention, and we don't like to leave any blanks either. We'll make sure we participate. We like to take it home, we like to write it, we like to write on it. Most groups do, but visuals, it keeps us focused. Now, our auditory friends, funny enough, they might not use them. When I'm doing my seminar, I always use handouts, and I see some auditory people not really using them, and it's because they just kind of remember. That's their style. Number 10, well, not number 10, rather, the kinesthetic group. If you're kinesthetic, I can guarantee this, you've taken the most notes so far. You have written up the margin, and when I gave you a little square, that's way not enough for you. You're writing and taking notes. They're ferocious note takers, and they're also lifelong learners. So they love the worksheets, and they will clamp onto those when they leave. That's theirs. They'll personalize them. They might color code stuff, but that's their worksheets. They love to write. That's very kinesthetic. And the last group, you know, by the way, if you're any of these styles, you might be saying yes to that. So, you know what, Michael, I am kinesthetic, and my page is full, my notes are full. Remember the goal earlier? I want to engage you fully. If I was just a talking head right now, you'd be remembering some information. My hunch is if we shut down the system and I said, what are the 4 styles? What are the 4 words? Could you teach it? Tell me that in the chat. Say, I could teach this. 4 styles, 4 commonly used words. Go ahead and let me know about that. So the digital, you know, what's really funny? If I forgot to do the digital column, they wouldn't like that. Why? Because they like everything in sequence and in order. Matter of fact, you know what really ticks off a digital person? If you break a sequence. So if you know your husband or wife is digital, in other words, they like to process, let them finish the task before you break it. If you break the sequence, boy, instant rapport breaker. Matter of fact, that's what my whole book is all about, is why people break rapport. And if you have a kinesthetic person, that's one of the reasons, or digital person, that's one of the reasons. Okay, again, we're talking about engaging worksheets. We're learning why the different style. Now, I'm going to show you another example here of engaging questions. Now, remember, I've got 4 styles in my audience. I don't know who they are. When I coach somebody one-on-one, I know their style. And I ask questions that are perfect for them. But when I got 10 people or 1,500 people in an audience, I don't know who style who. So I need to talk to all 4 styles. Now, my friend Jody Santangelo, you know, she pretends that she likes a hug, but she is so far from kinesthetic. Shout out to Jody, how you doing? Okay, here is facilitators and coaches. This is line item number 3, strategy number 2. Now, how to ask engaging questions for each of these styles. They're in a different order, but let's start off with Visual Vicky. Now, I'm going to give you a hint. Go up to the words, pluck one out and use it. Visual Vicky loves these questions. Hey, do you see what I mean? How does this look for you? So imagine that I'm doing a seminar, and that's the only question I ask. I have 100 people, and I keep saying, how does this look for everybody? Everybody see what I'm doing? Well, guess what? There's 3 styles that don't really like that. Okay, a trainer, I want to use all 4. Let's skip over to my friend Al, Auditory Al. What question does he like? Look up at the words again, pluck a word out, and I might ask this, how does this sound? Is this resonating with everybody? So now I got 2 styles. Watch how I do that. I'm going to combine the 2. Right now I'm teaching you, I'm going to ask you. So how's this looking for everybody? Is this resonating with you? Sound okay so far? You see how I engage 2 styles? Okay, kinesthetic Kelly, go up above. She loves the word feeling. You could even say, does this feel okay? Are you catching on, right, with the hands? Are you grasping, again with the hands? And now the kinesthetic people are saying yes. And now watch me do all 3. Hey, how does this look for everybody? Is this okay? Sound okay? Good. Everyone catching on? See, I got my hand. I'm still asking. And now people are saying, yes, that's me. That's me. But you know what? Digital Dan never asks questions until he's asked. You might say, oh my God, that's my husband. That's my wife. That's my boss. That's my kids. Some digital people don't answer questions till they ask. So reach up above, check out Digital Dan's words, and here's what we can say. Dan, is this making sense? Okay, is this making sense? What are your thoughts so far? Good, so we're going to complete here. These are how you do engaging questions, and you group the 4 of them. If you watch Hang Out with Michael's show on Fridays, you hear me do it. If you come to a seminar, you hear me do it. If you replay this class, you'll hear me do it. Always engaging them, always engaging them. Okay, student loyalty, right? Student loyalty. So the question here is, what can you do to build student loyalty? Well, one of the things that facilitators do and what I do is that I like to give them something they can see, they can touch, and they can hear. So they remember me forever. My hunch is you'd like to be remembered forever too. Say yes if that's you. Say, yes, I'd like my clients and customers to remember me forever. So I'm going to show you what we use for Law of Attraction, and we teach it at the introductory presentation. It's this. It's the Vibe Reset button. Now, my hunch is all people watching live right now in the recording most people associate me with the Vibe Reset button. Let me know if that's you. Say, yes, Michael, you taught me the Vibe Reset button. Now, let's see how it meets the criteria. Go to your worksheet. Student loyalty. Number 1, I'm going to burn this image. It's on the worksheets. Matter of fact, at my seminars, I give everybody a little metal Vibe Reset button that they wear. So not only are they seeing it, we use it throughout the day by saying, okay, let's reset our vibes. So visual people like to see it. Our auditory people like to hear it when we say, so what do I want? Which is the Vibe Reset. The kinesthetic people like to touch it, and often they'll pretend they're wearing it and say, oh, I'm going to touch my vibe. You know, that they like the physical button they can wear. The kinesthetic people always put the button on during the seminar. And well, our digital people, frankly, they like the question. And the question is, so what do I want? And it gets them thinking, and they love to think. Hey, you want to appease a digital friend? Ask them and say, hey, I'd like you to be thinking about. They'll love that question. So when I say, so what do you want? Good. So my question to you is, what is your thing that your students are going to remember you forever by? Is it the Vibe Reset button? Now you're thinking, wow, imagine coming to your Law of Attraction presentation. You leave with worksheets. You leave with the idea about the Vibe Reset button. It's like, wow, does it get any better than that? Well, if you're giving the Law of Attraction presentation, one of the things that you definitely want to be able to do is to let people know that you can offer them more. You know, for years I gave introductory presentations and people would say, I want more, I want more. So then I developed the systems in my book, which is the 3-step system. So during the presentation, I want to make sure that I'm using languaging that matches the 4 styles to get them interested in taking my program or taking your program. So let's go to the worksheet. We're on column number 4 where it says my next program. So somewhere and near the end of the program, I might say this. Can you see yourself joining me for the full day Saturday seminar? Huh? The visual, loves it. Can you see yourself joining me? Oh, sorry, that was kinesthetic Kelly. Look at the word see, it's right there. Can you see yourself joining me? You know what? I know the visual people say, oh, I can see that. Oh, and we love calendars. You can say, can you see yourself putting this on the calendar and joining me at the end of the month? Good. Okay, so let's take a look at the auditory people. Now, auditory people, remember, they have a lot of ideas. And because they have a lot of ideas, they tend not to get stuff done because they're working on a lot of ideas. You know what your auditory friends need? They need a plan. Because they have so many good ideas, they need a plan to pull it all together. And guess what? I might say, do you need a plan? You know, do you need a process to work so you can take the next steps and use the law of attraction? These guys are saying, that's me. Now, our kinesthetic friend, you know, when somebody's asking me about, when a kinesthetic friend, and I'll shout out to my kinesthetic friends, when they're asking me about taking my training, you know what I tell them? I will support you afterwards. Well, they love the word support, and I do. Matter of fact, we will meet together, right, feel touch. We'll meet together, because they love togetherness, for 15 weeks after you do the training, and I'm going to get you, I have your back. I'm going to support you with that. That's what they want to hear. Now, the digital people, they want to know that the program makes sense. You know, I got 20-hour videos. I have a check-off list of all the videos. You can join me for 15 open office calls while you're doing the training. Like, they like that. Boom, it's got this and this, and they're hearing all the different levels and all the different things they can participate in. So when you're talking about your future programs to your current audience, make sure you're addressing their style so they can work better with their style. Well, my hunch is somewhere in today, I taught you some good information. You know, quick summary here. There's 4 communication styles. We have all 4 of these styles. One of them is very strong for us. It's our best friend. And one of them is, well, maybe you could say a little bit weak. So as a facilitator, we want to do a good job. We want to get everybody engaged, everyone participating. We want everyone to say they learned something. We want everyone to remember. Well, that's all possible when you do the 4 N.L.P techniques that I taught you tonight. Learning the 4 styles and learning how to address them, how to teach them, and so on. That was my goal tonight. So I'm going to call that slide back up again that we looked at a little bit earlier tonight. And remember my 8 questions that I asked you at the start of the webinar? You know, I told you that, there we go, the question. You know, did you fall into one of these categories? I think most of you did. You gave me your answers. So I think what you heard tonight is that I can help. You know, if you want to become a certified law of attraction facilitator, I can help. I can help you with every one of these steps. You can do this kind of business on your own, or you can do it with me. And I have a system. And it's a proven system. I can promise you, I can get you up and running, delivering free presentations that lead to paid presentations right away. That means you can sign up right away, start doing the training, and after you do the 20 hours, you will be, well, before you've done the 20 hours, you'll be in a position to stand in a room of people, 2 people, 5 people, doesn't matter, whatever, and deliver an awesome presentation, and everybody's going to remember you for that. And that's what one of the goals is. Good stuff. Okay, so remember earlier, now we're going to teach you another N.L.P lesson. Remember earlier I taught you the 4 styles and how to ask them questions? So, do you see yourself facilitating seminars, hangouts, or group processes, or group facilitation? Do you see yourself doing that? Does the sound of hosting law of attraction seminars resonate with you? Does it sound like an awesome idea? Yeah, the auditories are nodding, right? And are you excited to be, connecting with other people, teaching them the law of attraction process for their personal growth? I know you know what style that is. And finally, does adding a system to teach law of attraction make sense for you? Well, this is my friend Lorraine. She's from St. John, New Brunswick. And it looks like the print might be a little too small, but you know, Lorraine has found her place with teaching law of attraction. I'm very excited about that. she's found her place. And I'm going to see if I can, no, that's actually, this print's too small on here too. So, and there's my other friend, Lisa was in the corporate world and didn't know how to brand herself. So these are people, Lorraine was a professional trainer and speaker, and then I taught her the skills on how to be an accelerated learning trainer and how to teach law of attraction. And now she's converted all of her trainings to use the accelerated learning techniques in law of attraction. And Lisa is doing very well, doing public seminars, teaching law of attraction. She comes from the corporate world. So I want to give you a couple of examples. Real briefly, how does my law of attraction facilitator? It's kind of 6 quick steps. I'm going to tell you in a few minutes how you can join. I'm going to put you inside a really awesome Google community. Once you're in there, I want you to go to your calendar. I want you to plan 20 hours when you can watch all the recordings, okay? And then I want you to practice. I want you to start practicing these introductory presentations. Every Wednesday at 9 o'clock, I do what's an open office. I want you to come get support from me. It's free. It's part of your training. I want to hold your hand, or I want to guide you, or I want to help you with the plan for 15 weeks after you do the presentation. Then you start giving your signature presentations. Imagine giving a signature presentation. And I know, because I have people in the program right now that gave their first signature presentation last week, and the first thing they said was, I wish I could do it again. And you're going to want to do it again and again, and that's how you build your business. And finally, you would do 1 paid session, and then I put you on the calendar. I invite you to my Google Hangout show. We put you on the Law of Attraction Facilitator calendar. Ralph Smoody from Marrero, he's saying absolutely. So here's your homework. I want you to start paying attention to the people in your life and what their style is, and listen for their key word. They're easy. Look, hear, think, and touch, and they'll give themselves away. Good stuff. Susie Cheel, yes, always learning something new. So Susie's joining us. Lucinda, somehow I've misplaced my handouts. I think the link when I registered, now I can't find it. Lucinda, if you go to my Facebook page at Michael Loge Fans, I put the link to these handouts under one of the posts about tonight. We'll keep that there and you can download that. Good. Yeah, Cash thinks he's auditory. Ha ha. You know what? People that say ha ha are auditory. Why? Because it's a noise. Yeah, you're a little bit auditory. Writer, singer-songwriter, guitarist. Ha ha. Good stuff. Who else has questions? We are going to be sending you the link to the discount and the link to the replay if you're watching thinking, how do I do that? If you want to sign up right now, while I'm talking right now, some of you have, the next steps would be that I would get you joined inside the community right away, and you would start to get to listen to the material and print off the worksheets. You know, there's 2 packs of worksheets. There's one that leads you through all the 20 hours. There's another pack that you'll use when you do your seminars, and you're going to fill those out as a student. So Artie Jones, hello Artie from San Francisco. I use a variety of the words you list in all styles. Not clear in my style. Are there further methods to help identify? You're so funny. Yeah, there's further methods to help me identify. You think? So here's that's a very good question, Arlie. People that are digital actually use words from all styles. So that's why you're having that little bit of confusion. But you know what the giveaway was? Are there further methods to help me identify? Methods, systems, that's very digital. So I would say that you're digital first. I don't know, Artie, let me know if that makes sense to you. You know, what do you think about that idea? Oh, Cass is saying, how can I use N.L.P to design a logo for my business? Well, that's a really good idea. So sometimes words help if you want to, you know, I like tag words, you know, like, you know, the how-to guy or something like that's very helpful. My buddy and I were in a car today, and the vehicle behind us had a URL, and it was so long, and it was all capital letters. So one thing is, you know, just capitalize the first letter of each word at least, and that way people can read it and they can hear themselves say it and they can see it. Maybe colorize each word in your URL. Okay, yeah, Artie, she's got it, or he or she's got it, and it makes sense. Well, good stuff. Again, thank you for joining me, and you are welcome to join me live every Friday at the Hangout with Michael show. And we're always covering topics with my certified facilitators. Either some of the training is for facilitators or for the public, but still check me out. You can go to hangoutwithmichael.com. You can also go to hangoutwithmichael.com/certification, and you will be notified of the handouts. Ralph is also looking for the handouts. You can go to facebook.com/Michael Loge fans, and it should be near the top of one of the posts. You'll see a red promo for this, and then below it will be in the chat. You'll see the link for that. I'm going to hang around here if you're looking for that right now. Thanks to everybody that joined us. We had Carmel from Kirkland. We had Claudette, who's on her mobile. Janet Bianic, Lucinda, Marty Marsh from Cathedral Grove. Sally's on her mobile. Tammy Drummond from Marietta. Hello, everybody. And a host of other people. I'm glad that you joined me tonight. Well, that ending today's recording, my hunch is you are leaving with some great information. Feel free to reply to the email that you're going to get tomorrow. Any further questions? And if you're joining me soon, I'm anxious to get you learning the materials and joining me on Wednesday's open office. Good. Thank you very much, everybody. See you later.